Everyone good in the back? Good. Tom? You've got Coach and you've got Sam.
Hi, Sam.
So,
Brad, ready to go? The season starts tomorrow.
yeah, excited. Yeah, I mean, a lot of prep work going on behind the scenes, and it's fun to watch the guys go at it. But now it's something real, something tangible. So I think we're all ready to go and can't wait till we receive the fans here at City Park.
Sam, how is it from the player side? It's been a short off season, and now you're a short training camp, or I guess it's about the same training camp, but plunging in. How does it feel on your side?
Yeah, no, it feels great. You get to that point in the off season when you're ready to get back on the field, when you're itching to get back. So yeah, it feels good to finally be in front of these fans again.
As a native Houstonian, did you see a lot of Dynamo games?
Yeah, growing up, yeah, I went to a lot of Dynamo games when Brian Ching was still playing over there. So yeah, those were fond memories of when I was younger. So.
Coach, what are you looking forward to facing this Houston Dynamo team? What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of preseason and preseason scrimmages, and what you read into those, you can't really do much about that. But, we know we have a tough opponent coming here, right? You have to know that these guys are a real good team. They were hard to play against last year, and, they're a tight-knit group. We're not too concerned about who's on their roster right now. We're not concerned with player personnel. We're just concerned about us and what we can take away from our preseason, right? So we know this is a celebration, something that we've put ourselves into, and it's a privilege to play in the Champions Cup, right? So not everyone gets to do that, and we're focusing on ourselves now, and our next game is our most important game, which means now we come out the gates flying against a very good Houston team, but this is our journey.
So looking inward, do you have any injury concerns, or is the team at 100%? What can you say about your roster?
Yeah, I mean, it's just still progressing, Rasmus. Other than that, everyone's available. Wouldn't be too concerned about anyone else in the roster. For sure, the preseason's been long and hard, but somehow flies by so quickly. Just knowing what the amount of work the guys put in. There's a couple of bruises here and there, but I mean, nothing that shouldn't keep us out of contention. So,
Sam, going into this season, it's expected you're going to have probably an increased role. How do you look to get started against Houston, and what do you make of the Dynamo in this first match?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking to do my best and help the team. And I mean, obviously, yeah, like Coach said, Dynamo's a very good team, a very technical team. They're a team that if you're not careful, they can put you 2-3-0 down in the first half. So yeah, we definitely have to respect that, but also go out there, with knowing our ability and knowing our talents. So yeah.
Sam, I'm just curious, going into a new season, it's difficult or near impossible to feel like you're in a mid-season form. So how do you approach that first game? Do you kind of feel out the first 15 minutes, first half, and then kind of find a stride, or how do you approach that first game?
Yeah, I think when you go into a game and your number one objective is to enjoy yourself, and to give it your all, it's easy to kind of get into the flow of the game, when you don't really have that mentality of like, man, I got to do this and I got to do that. It's kind of just like, let me just go out here and give it my best and just enjoy it, enjoy the moment. When you play like that and you play free, it's a little bit easier to get into a game, and you don't have as much pressure. So
you almost have to dial it back a little bit with all the emotions.
Yeah, a little bit, obviously, mentally you have to be there, you have to be focused, but at the same time, you don't need to be like on your toes about everything and like kind of like frigid, you just got to relax. So
Coach, I feel like you have a role to play in that, managing expectations and workload for your players going into this first game, how difficult it is to manage that, not only with the first game of the season, but with another game in 4 days.
Yeah, I think we had 34 plus reps of that last year. We gave guys a ton of minutes and accumulated some good competition along the way. And guys had breakout seasons or breakout careers. They had a breakout moments for them individually. And we were able to, cultivate that within our group, this hunger, this desire, this passion to be competitive and push each other every single day and, accept where we are currently. Right. So, and we've had enough reps of that. So going into now year 2, that's a good problem to have, so we want to be, too deep on every position and, credit to the guys, the competition's been healthy. It's been we've been pushing each other hard in training. We've been demanding a lot of the boys with some of the new concepts that we've been trying to train and do. Yeah, like I said, we've come out, without any major concerns. We're just trying to get Rasmus along. And then other than that, the guys are raring to go.
Coach, looking at the competition itself, you're playing an MLS side. If you advance, you're playing another MLS side. Is there a benefit or, maybe even something that's hindering to play against a couple of teams that you're very familiar with?
Yeah, we're trying to treat this as the experience, right? The experience of playing in the Champions Cup. Like I said earlier, this is a celebration of us in St. Louis, and we know, these are again, it's another first that we've never had, right? So this is something for us to embrace. It's something for us to enjoy as well. Yeah, I think we're just all excited here to get going against, like Sam said, a good Houston team. But here at CITYPARK, we know the fans are going to be out there. We know we're going to have a certain energy and a buzz in the stadium. So, this is a privilege. We should enjoy these moments.
We'll go to Matt and then Tom.
Coach, how much importance do you place on this first game? With Concacaf still utilizing the away goals as a tiebreaker, do you view the energy and intensity that CITYPARK will provide as a reason to go up more so than normal, or does that play a factor at all?
Yeah, you have to see what the game presents itself to, right? You have to see how we come out the blocks. You have to see, the sort of which way is the pendulum swinging and how can we gain momentum and grab a stranglehold on the game and get control of the game. So ultimately, that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to control the game in all sides or all phases of the play. But it's an exciting one to be playing at home. Yes, I know about all the aggregate scorings and what have you. But again, we just focused on now. And if we can build momentum now and hopefully that carries us through the 90, carries us through to Saturday, carries us through to next week. And we have a tough schedule coming up in the next 11 days. We have 4 games. So, like I said, these are moments to embrace and enjoy. The training's done. The work's done. Now we just have to get to enjoy and execute.
Sam, real quick, in the idea of enjoying and executing on the field, can you describe your experience with the fashion show? How was that? And was it how was it in the mindset of getting ready for this week?
Yeah, I think it was definitely, a great experience, to help get my brand out there, and then also just like see all the different fashionably talented people in St. Louis. I mean, yeah, it was great to see that. It was great to kind of unwind, and relax a little bit and enjoy yourself, before the game, obviously. But yeah, now we're focused on tomorrow, focused on going out there and giving it our all in front of these fans. And yeah, so.
Sam, how have you felt about how the offense has looked in the preseason games?
Great. Yeah, I've really enjoyed seeing the guys out there. I've really enjoyed seeing Durkin come in, and help us. I really enjoyed just being up there with Klaus as well. It's been great. So, I mean, altogether, I think the chemistry is building between us as a team, especially with the new guys coming in, like with Nicholas coming in, with Tomas coming in. I think we're building together, and I definitely think that the fans are going to see that when we get out on the field. So.
Mm-hmm. Brad, though they aren't hurt, the status like on Nielsen and Dewar, as they've later rivals in camp. Obviously, Nicholas missed a lot, or Joachim missed a lot of time. Where do they stand?
Yeah, roster ready and able to, be part of this game and games coming forward.
You've been in this tournament before and been to like exotic locations with it. Does it feel a little different that you're playing Houston rather than Dominican
No,
Republic?
I mean, you have to treat this like a separate tournament, right? You have to treat this like the opposition, what it is, right? And I do think Houston have a slight, South American, Central American touch to their game model, right? So, they'll pose us many problems. We have to solve these just as we would any other opponent. It's great to travel, great to seek new experiences, but I think this in the experience alone, playing in the Champions Cup, and that just gives more incentive to get through to the next round.
It's probably when you look at like New England's got to make a midweek trip to Panama, that you're making a midweek trip to Houston is probably fits into better with your world in general.
Again, it's all part of the experience. If we can build momentum here at CITYPARK, and then, we only focus on next week after Saturday. So right now we totally zoned in on tomorrow. And then from tomorrow, we're not thinking about Houston again. We think about Salt Lake, right? So we have to compartmentalize everything and put our focus on where it's necessary and needed.
One quick one, Coach.
Sure, Daniel.
We just spoke to Houston before you guys arrived, and when we asked about the St. Louis City game plan, they say, well, we know Bradley, we know they're going to play with a lot of energy, but as far as the new additions and maybe some little tweaks that you guys make, it could reflect on the rest of the MLS. How do people prepare for St. Louis City? Could they expect maybe a couple nuances to how you guys approach it?
Not my problem to have. I think that's up to them, and however they answered it, I'm sure they're trying to be best prepared, and we just stick to who we are and who we want to be. So we have a certain signature. We're trying nuanced, small changes here and there to evolve. But yeah, we're not going to change anything if nothing's broken. So that's our mentality.
Coach Sam, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.